All right, bonus question. Can anybody name the soundtrack in the background? You want to be a little tricky with the hairdryer also, but let's see how what kind of our listeners are. This is very classic, especially a particular bass solo involved in it. But we don't have a price for this, but you just have bragging rights that you know shit. All right, see you in a minute. All right, back again. You see, we made huge progress here. Um, this this was just with the heat and the little credit card action. Now, for this use any kind of like basic solvents. This is just like a nail polish remover, but acetone. Um, you I get cheaper version at your hardware store or whatever. But this stuff takes off the receiver, and we're just experimenting with. We may just do the decals all together with this because it just like melts them. Um, Scraping, not fun. Okay, watch. Check this out. This is super cool. I'm gonna get this shit right off. Not too bad, huh? So I gotta do better on this shit, huh? But yeah, to sand the rest of that down more. A lot of work, but at least I got to mostly stop squeaking. Probably the bane of just brake users. All right. All right. Let me clean it up some more, but you get the general idea right now. But what I really want to show you is how this works dead off, like with no scraping. Um, this right here, um, I showed you earlier, where it had the XR75. I just put a little of that on there and it just melted. Just took it right off. So that's maybe the better way of doing it. We're gonna see how this works. With look at action sequence here, right? Making all power sick with all this flashing around video shit. But all right. So yeah, this is not going to give you a good look. Let me pause this for a second. I'm going to turn this thing around so we can show you exactly how this is working. All right, we're back. Now, here's a simple thing. Put a little this solvent. A little solvent. You definitely don't want to be dumping your whole bottle or contaminating your whole bottle. Put a little bit on a Q-tip. And then bring this over here. Let me start. Right here. Look at it. Just start taking right from the top down. Just start taking this thing right off. Frequent re-dipping. Yeah. Like a decal eraser, if you will. See? Much faster than that scraping, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's unfortunate I don't have a higher wattage hair dryer because that was definitely the right idea. You should be careful because these aren't playing around with heat gun, and these things heat guns are really super hot. You want to really, I don't think you'd want to put too high of a temperature on there and start melting your paint. or even damaging your other whether it's rubber gaskets, like around the suspension areas. I'm already kind of seeing that. On the other one, the little rubber boots kind of disintegrated. I wasn't even sure where those rubber pieces came from. Yeah, not bad, huh? All right, well, you get the idea. I'm not going to take up a lot of time showing you the repetitive, but we're definitely following my precedents set by other people. There's countless videos probably showing exactly the same thing or giving the same information, which is more or less how I learned it. I think the little rubber band idea to keep the hair dryer there without you having to hold it is mine. For all the good it did, but this will come in handy for some of these trickier areas. I'll just stick that thing on there and where it's positioned nice, and then just go and do something else for a while it heats up the decals and make it nice and easy to peel them off. That's why even the Dick's customer card doesn't work that well. Am I a Dick's hater? No. But, I got to say, though, if you run into a corporate enterprise, corporate entity, and every time you deal with them, you're not happy, or you're virtually disgruntled. I don't understand. What is the corporate culture? Usually they kind of, really look for some positive customer interaction. Because we are coming in there and spending our money. And in particular there, because everything at Dick's is expensive. I just seen some, I know I'm digressing, but, those little Croc shoes. Well, I've seen these handbags, these shoulder bags that are made like that, but they're really thick. They're almost like almost half-inch thick rubber kind of material, and they look kind of cool. And I thought, wow, this is kind of lasts. It's got enough, a lot of good cargo space. And so he says, I look, and there's like a price on the shelf. Way in the bottom of the shelf says like $39.95, but I asked the employee because it didn't seem like, none of the tags were listed as far as the price. So I ask him, is that the price? He says no. He looks in his, pulls out his phone and pulls it up. $90 for a rubber purse. Yeah. Needless to say, I didn't walk out with one of those. They're wait a little while. They'll be turning up in the soup kitchen giveaway areas. All right, so we're gonna leave that for right now. I'm gonna have to get. I'm gonna get like a little scrub pad, and I'm gonna need a little more of this acetone or this solvent to really do a good job finishing this. We'll come back and get this whole other, but I'm gonna hit this with that acetone real quick, and we'll go from there. But here's the deals. We got a whole collection of bikes in different shapes. I got my little Bianchi. That was my first one I got coming up here. That was a kind of a bargain from Go Bike Buffalo. And then shortly after that, I got the little Eddie Fisher that's hiding behind here. The venerable Opie, which mixed reviews, but it's a really good frame. It's all aluminum. This one's in particular is kind of a basket case. It's like all the gears, the derailleurs, all that. It don't have a front brake at all. The back brake is It has issues. So it barely doesn't have any brakes at all, um, which is not really user friendly for. But we're gonna work on that. This gonna be my play bike, and what I'm looking at is really looking to make that a single speed. I'm gonna do a little research on that, but I want to try to see how I can do this on the cheap. So we're looking to have the OB turn into a single speed, um, kind of off road, uh, you know, playing around on steps and whatnot, toy kind of thing. Though it's far from a toy, it's a serious bike. And then they got this one, and then this department store bike. We're not gonna put much more into this, but it's we got to figure out how I can get a rack set up on here, which is gonna be a little interesting. We got this weird like square tubing or square stock, so I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna get this thing situated for a rack. So I'm wondering if I might be able to, even though these are just bolted together here, if I couldn't put a little bit longer bolt in here and have the rack supports go in there, and and still have the regular connection for the suspension. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out. And then this one is probably foolish, but we got our little cheesy bottom of the line mongoose, but it is a little undersized for me, but it's pretty, and it's all aluminum. It's all suspension. You got front and back. Given mystery meat kind of shit. This one doesn't really have a shock. It's just kind of a spring. And who knows, how effective this, element, which seems very similar to probably mystery meat of the E25 ground force suspension system. You gotta take this seriously. But my plans for this is, and it's probably another fool's errand, but if I can be patient and wait for it to come to me, what we're going to end up having is a mullet style with 29 in front and the original 24 in back. Now, in some of these where they started out with like 29s and they put a smaller one back, it has a downside of, it's a downside of change. It's downside of slackening the head tube angles, steering tube angles, whatever you want to call them, and it also drops the what do you call it? Drops the crank down lower, the bottom bracket. There we go. I forgot. It drops the bottom bracket down, which is not a good thing if you're doing off-roading or whatnot. But even just it's only just a little bit, but a little bit counts, right? So, but in this case, this bike is the frame's a little undersized for me, or maybe or the tire, with 24-inch tires, and it being I don't know, this might even be like I gotta measure it, but it seems smaller than 19 inches. Maybe it's like a 16-inch C2 measurement. We'll check on that later. But we're going to take this with that. Now, with this case, if I go and I gotta switch out the front fork. Switch it out with a cheap, probably get a used bike. Maybe I can find a nice basket case bike that's got a decent front fork and wheel on it. And so I'll get, I'll upgrade. I'll get, disc brakes in the front and a combination for a 29-inch wheel. And we'll put that in there. So not only will it give us that, the same benefits that they reap from having that larger wheel in the front, but also, in this case, make this bike upsize the frame a little bit for me, or its effective size. So by raising that, this will raise the bottom bracket. Now, all right. So if there's 5 inches total distance difference between 29 and 24, I think we cut that in half. So then we got 2.5 inches Can it really be that much? We're gonna have to figure this out. But it's gonna raise the it's gonna raise the bar. The effective height of the bars is gonna raise the bottom bracket height, and maybe make it a little more user friendly for me. I kind of found out the hard way yesterday. It was raining, parking lot's a little wet, and I go out here and I'm just like not taking it seriously, and I get up to a little speed and then cut into a sharp turn. Kind of swinging around, and out of wet, oily, smooth kind of parking lot surface, the thing slid right out on me, and bam, right on my butt. I was like, damn. And my guest was like laughing at it. They didn't see that, once they see that I was actually all right, they should just find all kinds of humor in that. So, what can you say? The lesson learned, get on the bike, and even though, sometimes it does seem like a kid's bike a little bit, it's not. It will dump you on your ass if you're not paying attention. So we're going to have to work on that. Anyways, folks, listen, I'm going to wrap this up. Maybe I hope I shared a little bit of my knowledge and experience. We're taking decals off and give you a little, as far as the channel goes, give you a little peek towards the future. A couple different projects going on here. We're gonna sell off this Beyonce. They served me well for the last few months. Yeah, I'm like damn, 6 months right. I don't even know how long. But the weather was just breaking when I bought that, and here we are headed into fall now. So here we are. I gotta get ready because we'll be doing this wither stuff in live from Buffalo. Here we go. I was kind of figured out. I got a nice big waterproof jacket, oversized, so I can have my sweaters and whatnot. Got a little layering kind of shit going on. We got nice pressurized stuff. It seems to be waterproof. And use some outer gear. And then I got a pair of snow pants. They're kind of quilted snowmobile kind of material with suspender kind of things. It was this would be kind of a quick setup where I can just jump into those and throw the jacket over top and head out. And when I get to work or wherever I'm going, I can strip that out, those outer layers off, and then I'm out here doing me. So there we are. So with that, I'm gonna say JRQ out.